Ambassador, always good to see you. You've just come out of a meeting with the Secretary General on South Africa's withdrawal from the Rome Statute. What did you say to the UN chief?
Well, I was paid his call to convey the South African intention to withdraw from the Rome Statute and to explain the rationale behind it, but also to confirm that our commitment to human rights and to fight impunity is not diminished, that we will remain active participant in all the human rights situations, all the human rights discussions, but also to say to Secretary General, we will be members of the ICC until next year. So we are not going to be less active, less committed on the ICC issues, and also to try to get to hear his response. Of course, Secretary General view was that we should have maybe continue with our recommendation to effect certain changes in the Rome Statutes. We should have continued to urge, dialogue within the Rome Statute, and that a big country like South Africa withdrawing may encourage other countries. But we reassured Secretary General that South Africa have very strong legal institutions, judiciary. Our constitution enjoins us to remain alert, to remain active on the human rights, the Bill of Rights, that no one is above the law in South Africa, so we must remain assured that we'll remain committed to this objectives of pursuing human rights.
Various UN officials, including his spokesperson, has said that the withdrawal, as you mentioned, takes a year, and that they would hope that these countries, yourself, Burundi, and the Gambia, would reconsider in that year and withdraw their withdrawal from the Rome Statute. Is that even a possibility?
Well, what I gathered, I met close to 28 ambassadors around here since I arrived back from South Africa over the weekend. Even last night, the discussion was, we hope South Africa, what can we do? What can we do to assist you to remain? And I refer them to the argument that we made in our statement on the attempts, many attempts we made as South Africa to effect certain changes and to harmonize the obligations under the Rome Statutes, under the AU Constitutive Act, and our own Parliament, that we need to harmonize these things as member states. And all of them says, okay, let's try to do something. And we said, look, it's up to member states, especially state parties to the ICC, to the Rome Statute. It's up to them. If they work and they harmonize, they address our concerns, South Africa maybe will sit and reconsider, because we didn't just withdraw, just overnight and withdraw. It was a process followed by a lot of attempt to go to The Hague, to dialogue around these issues raised by the African heads of state, issues raised by all of us. So I said to them, please deal with these issues. I said to Secretary General, I'll be available to meet the head of ICC next week when he's coming to New York. He says, okay, I'm going to arrange for you to meet him. I says, we are ready to engage, we are ready to meet, we are ready to discuss these issues, but they have to be addressed.
The big concern with South Africa kind of leading the way on this is that we are going to see a mass exodus of parties to the Rome Statute follow suit. In the discussions that you have with fellow ambassadors, are we going to see more in the near future?
Well, the Secretary General raised this issue, and some ambassadors. I said, but we join as individuals to ICC. I don't see withdrawing as a mass at the ICC. People are joining individual. People have their own national circumstances, considerations to withdraw or to join. So, but I believe that and Secretary General understand that the issues raised by Africa needs to be addressed, need to be looked at. I don't think Africa just want to withdraw for the sake of withdrawing. I think it's a reflection that perhaps you don't have people listening on the other side. So it is up to the member state parties to the ICC and Secretary General and the UN in consultation with the head of the ICC to see what can be done. I think people will be open if a dialogue begin to say, okay, identify those articles in the ICC that you need to I think people will be saying, okay, let's engage on them, because there was a purpose when our minister and other ministers went to the ICC in 2013. The purpose was to say, these are the articles, Article 28, 98, how do we harmonize them? So I think if people goes back to the issues raised, there is a possibility that we can find each other.
So you are meeting with Fatou Bensouda next week in New York. Can we confirm that?
We express the desire to meet, and Secretary General is going to ensure that that meeting does take place.
Ambassador Matjila, always good to see you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.